Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. I know I shared one pile of eBay purchases with you guys already this year, but I have two more big stacks of items to share with you guys because for whatever reason, I have gone eBay crazy in 2024. So today I'm going to share with you guys some DVDs and VHS tapes that I picked up off of eBay, along with, next time rather, I'll show you some Blu-rays that I picked up off of eBay, plus whatever else trickles in the meantime. So I have, I don't know, maybe 15 or so here today, so a big old pile. Let's not waste any more time at all, guys. Let's dive right into another eBay movie haul. Normally I start with the oldest format and work my way to the newest, but I'm going to do that in the reverse order today because I have a VHS box set at the end here that is just amazing that I can't wait to share with you guys. So I'll start with the DVDs today. And first up, I will call out Neil over at Neil's Movie Channel. I learned about this set thanks to him. I think he has this whole set or had one of these movies or whatever the case is. Thanks to him, I picked this up. This is a midnight movie double feature with The Land That Time Forgot and The People That Time Forgot. And there's one more, I think, in this trilogy. The name is escaping me, but Neil pointed it out to me. There's a third one that kind of goes along with this. But so this double feature, I've actually watched one of these so far. I watched the first one, The Land That Time Forgot, which is this side over here, and it was all right. It wasn't something I loved, but I thought it was decent enough. It essentially, you know, it starts off what feels like a war movie, and then turns into kind of what you would expect from a movie like this. So it's all right. Not my favorite, but I definitely do want to check out The People That Time Forgot at some point here. So yeah, very excited. I was able to grab these. A really good deal on eBay for this. So that's why I decided to grab this one. So thank you for Neil to pointing this one out to me. We have the midnight movie double feature, The Land That Time Forgot and The People That Time Forgot. I'm just looking over at this stack here, and it's crazy how long some of these have actually been sitting here. I did an unboxing segment for these next two in my first I Watched 3 vlog that I filmed this year, which I don't even remember what that was as I'm sitting here. That's how long these have been sitting here, but I decided to cut that out because I didn't like how it turned out. So anyway, all that to say, I grabbed The Maltese Falcon on DVD, and this is this really cool snapper case version of it here. And the reason I grabbed this, which I know this is available on 4K, but I grabbed the DVD because this has, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a little while, but I believe this has the original audio track on it that you cannot get on the 4K release. So I'll call out Spencer over at Damn Fool Idealistic Crusade. He has a whole like home media history of Maltese Falcon. And so after I watched that, I determined that this was the one I was going to go with because I've never seen the film and I still haven't as I sit here. So I definitely need to correct that. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice it. Do you see that right there? So when I opened this, the way it was packaged, it was like in a square package, and there was like a loop, or not a loop, it folded over right here, and I cut down the middle as you would do. Well, the person didn't package it well enough, and it turns out I sliced right from the top to the bottom, so that was super annoying. I think I got super frustrated with that, so that was one of the reasons I cut that segment out of that I Watched 3 vlog. But anyway, yeah, that's why I picked this one up. Excited to finally give this one a chance because, like I said, I've never seen it, but I've heard great things. So excited to visit for the first time, to watch for the first time, The Maltese Falcon. Some days you sit down to film and you can't talk, and today seems to be one of those days, so I apologize. I feel like this video is already all over the place. But anyway, next up, we have Bubble Boy. This is a DVD that has been on my list to find for the longest time because I love this movie. At least I did when I watched it when I was younger. I used to watch this all the time, and I think it's hilarious. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm trying to get all of his movies into my collection, so I picked this one up off of eBay since I couldn't find it locally. And then I was also frustrated when I opened this one because the DVD itself, well, first off, it's an X rental, which isn't a problem for me. I don't care about that, but you're not going to be able to see this anyway. But the disc itself is just not in good shape at all, and so that was super disappointing. Now, I did test this to make sure it works. I ripped the entire DVD to my hard drive, so I know for a fact that it will play. But yeah, I was super annoyed when I opened this one too. Another reason that segment got cut. But yeah, so anyway, happy to have this one, which is actually filled with quite a number of special features as well, which is really cool to see. So no Blu-ray for this one as far as I know, so that's why I decided to get the DVD of Bubble Boy. So if you were a Dollar Tree movie hunter back when they actually had movies there over the last few years, you may have come across this next one while you were looking through the movies. I know I did, but I had no idea what it was and I didn't pick it up. So I did spend a little bit more to get it off of eBay. This is Bound for Glory, directed by Hal Ashby. So the reason I wanted to grab this one is because it's from 1976 and is one of the movies that was nominated for Best Picture. This, of course, is the year that Rocky won Best Picture, beating out both All the President's Men and the, oh my gosh, it's totally going to escape, Taxi Driver. I don't know how that escaped my mind for a second, but it also beat out Network. And so out of all those movies, this is the only one I've never seen. So I had to pick it up to see it because I wanted to watch through all of those again to really try to figure out how did Rocky win this. Frankly, I don't know how Rocky beat Taxi Driver. I would put All the President's Men above Rocky as well, but that's just my opinion. So anyway, I need to rewatch Network, which I did pick up. It's behind me here on Blu-ray. I grabbed that a few months ago. And then Bound for Glory I need to see because I've not seen this one. So yeah, it's a long one at 2.5 hours, but hopefully it'll be pretty good. David Carradine stars in this one. So Bound for Glory is now in the collection. I'm going to shout out another YouTube channel, this time Last Movie Standing. He is a relatively new YouTuber, but has already gained quite a decent following, and he's awesome, so definitely link his channel down below. But he's big on, like, romantic comedies and just comedies in general, raunchy comedies, and so that's how I learned about this one here. This is called Cougar Club. And the way he talked about it, I had to pick it up. And what I love about this, look at this. That's what's advertised on the front, right? Topless menus for this unrated edition. Like, that's the kind of movie you're getting into here. So it just sounds hilarious. He said it was really funny, and it's one that is not available on Blu-ray. I think it was one of his videos where he was talking about movies that aren't available on Blu-ray. So that's why I grabbed this one. I cannot wait to check it out. I love these over-the-top, ridiculous American Pie style comedies. So cannot wait to check this one out. This is from, I think this is a mid-2000s also. Yeah, mid to late, 2007 it looks like. So should be right up my alley. Very excited to check out Cougar Club. Apparently, I am very easily influenced because the reason I picked up this next one is thanks to a video, I think it was a short, that Planet CHH did, where he talked about this film, and I realized it is the only film from this franchise that I didn't already own. And the cheapest way to buy it was in this double feature pack here. We have Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis, and the reason I bought this, Ghoulies 4. So I do already own Prom Night prior to this, but I didn't have Ghoulies 4 in the collection, so I needed to correct that. Now, I have only seen the original Ghoulies. I want to pick up Ghoulies 2 on 4K because I have the original on 4K, and I reviewed that one here on the channel, and it was fun, but I want to watch the rest of them now, and Ghoulies 2 is now out on 4K, but it is very expensive. I was able to get the original one from Best Buy, very cheap. Ghoulies 2, though, is somewhere around like $30 or $40 still, which is just more than I'm going to pay for that movie. So I will wait on that. I do have it on DVD in the meantime, which I should watch. But yeah, so excited to get around to this one. I've heard it is a really interesting entry in this series, according to Planet CHH. So yeah, very happy to add Ghoulies 4 along with the Prom Night double feature. Staying in that same theme of the only movie I didn't own in a franchise, we have Return of the Living Dead, Rave to the Grave, the only Return movie I didn't own already. So had to grab this one, and I don't believe there's a Blu-ray of this. I think this is only available on DVD, and frankly, it looks very low budget, but it's like mid-2000s low budget horror, so I'm all about that. Excited to check this one out. Only one of the franchise I didn't own, so I had to grab it. Now I have it complete. This is The Return of the Living Dead, Rave to the Grave. Last up in that similar theme of the only movie I didn't have in the franchise, this one is a trilogy. And I got the second and the third one in this trilogy thanks to my inherited movies. And because the cover art to another movie I have called Creature looks damn near identical to this cover art, in my head I always thought I had the original. Well, after I moved some movies around, I realized I didn't own the original Feast on DVD. I only had the sequels, and then I had Creature, which I'll put up the cover art. It looks the same. Like, it is so crazy how similar it looks. But anyway, this is one that I want to say this was like a Project Greenlight film, if I'm not mistaken. That's how this one got made. Or if it's not, I don't know, something similar to that, because you can see the producers up there, and I believe that's all the people with the Project Greenlight. Yeah, it is. The 3rd season of Project Greenlight. Okay, I was right. But anyway, that's how I first learned about this franchise, and then, of course, it went on to make 2 sequels, so definitely need to check this out. Another possible I Watch 3 vlog in the future, but yeah, looking forward to this one as well. This is Feast. The last of the DVDs today is another really cool one that I had to pick up off of eBay because I couldn't find it in person near me. This is a Criterion Collection release of The Rock. And I just love that this is on Criterion because that's amazing. This, of course, is available on Blu-ray. It does look like an older Blu-ray, and I don't see any more recent one, so I don't know how great the Blu-ray is, but I've heard really good things about this DVD release itself. Plus, there are just tons of special features on here. Another YouTuber who I started watching recently was just talking about this, and he was talking about how the special features on this were awesome. Like, there's a special feature on here about how to properly use weapons on set. That sounds fascinating to me. So I also didn't realize, because I've never seen The Rock, I also didn't realize that Sean Connery is basically playing James Bond in this film, at least how he explained it. So very intrigued to see this one. I think this is really cool. The theater I'm talking about, I believe the name is Secondhand Home Theater, something along those lines. I will link him in the comments below as well. Another one, new YouTuber who gained a great following because he has some awesome content. So I will definitely link him. Awesome if you are a big fan of like the used home theater market, like in terms of projectors and surround sound, music, sound equipment, things like that. Awesome channel. So I will definitely link him in the description below. Okay, let's move over now to the VHS tapes I picked up. And this is one that I actually showed in my Whatnot haul, but I did get it on eBay because it was the only one in the franchise that I couldn't get from Whatnot. So I picked up Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice on VHS. This is so cool. I have the whole series now that was released on VHS So yeah, I wanted to show this one here just in case you didn't see that Whatnot video. So Children of the Corn 2 is the last one I needed to complete my VHS collection of this, frankly, god-awful, for the most part, series. Moving to a series that is not god-awful and is one of my favorites of all time, I owned Scream 2 and Scream 3 on VHS, but I didn't own the original Scream on VHS. So I had to correct that, and this is a really cool release because you can tell here it is the blue cover release, which actually there are multiple variants of this as well with different characters in the background, which is really cool. Not going to collect those all, but this was the one that I could find for the best price, so I grabbed this. And why this is interesting is because this is the only way outside of, I believe, Laserdisc to get this fully uncut. So it's not on the DVD, the Blu-ray, or the 4K. Now, mind you, we're talking about seconds of additional footage here, not a ton, but you do get more gore when Drew Barrymore's boyfriend is being attacked in the opening sequence. When one of the main character's friends is getting attacked, you get a little bit more action with a garage door happening there. So there are small moments where you get additional footage, and that's really awesome to me. Like, I want to have this in the collection because of that, and this is a really clean release, all things considering. You can see the Dimension sticker on the bottom there, which is really cool. But yeah, I have watched this one since I picked it up, and it's an amazing movie. I love this so much. Of course, I watched the 4K recently because that didn't come out too long ago, but watching this on VHS, it just felt right, and getting that additional footage in there is just cool. So I love this release. This is Scream. I'll show these next two together because it's number 2 and number 3 of a franchise, and I have the original on 4K, but I had no idea there were sequels to this. So another one where I have to do a vlog on these, but I found out that there are sequels to the Beastmaster film. We have Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time, and Beastmaster 3, The Eyes of Braxis, I believe is how you would say that. These things are awesome. Like, this is just, what an amazing thing to have on VHS. Now, I don't think there are DVD releases of this. Correct me down below if I'm wrong, but it's been a while since I've got these, but I don't think there are DVDs of these, at least official DVD releases. And so this is like the best way to have them. And that's really cool to me. Like, this is exactly the type of thing I love getting on VHS. So yeah, really looking forward to checking these out. Again, had no idea these existed. I do know there's a Beastmaster TV series, if I'm not mistaken, but these are really cool to have in the collection. So we have Beastmaster 2 and Beastmaster 3. Let me know down below. Did you guys know these existed? I think these are awesome. So very excited to add both of these to the collection. Last but not least is another one I bought quite a long time ago. I filmed an unboxing during a vlog, and then I didn't use that during the vlog footage. Actually, I don't even think I released that vlog. I ended up scrapping it. But anyway, this is beautiful. This is the special letterboxed collector's edition of the Star Wars trilogy on VHS, as if I needed more Star Wars on VHS. I have so many copies of the original trilogy on VHS, it's ridiculous. But anyway, this I didn't have because this is the letterboxed version. But what's really cool about this is this whole box set, which again, given its age, is in remarkably good shape here. This is from 1992. So yeah, really great shape. So let me try to share this with you guys the best that I can. So opening this up here, I think this all comes out. Yep, so there's the box itself, which I will set aside. And then we have all of our movies here. So I'm going to set this aside and share them with you guys. So, of course, you're going to have your original trilogy. So we have Star Wars with some amazing cover art there. You know what? I feel like I watched somebody's video and said that I didn't have this version of it yet, which I forgot that I did. But anyway, there's the original, so A New Hope, and then we have Return of the Jedi, and then I will show the backs just so you guys can see. But I think it's cool just because it's the letterboxed version. They look gorgeous. So then what's really cool is that this has a still sealed edition of Empire Strikes Back. So you can see it's still sealed, which is really cool. I have no idea if this is worth anything, but I have zero interest in selling it anyway. I got a really good price on this. No clue what it was now because it was probably like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, but the seller accepted the offer I input, and so it was a really good deal. And then one of the main reasons I wanted this, even though I think I have this on Blu-ray or 4K, whatever, but this is awesome. This is From Star Wars to Jedi, The Making of a Saga. So one of the original behind-the-scenes releases for this film. Such a cool release, and again, fully sealed, which is awesome. The other really cool reason to get this... Oh, you know what? No, let me show this first. Let me mention, they do have a similar release of this on Laserdisc. I want to start collecting Laserdisc, to be honest with you, but finding a good Laserdisc player in person is just damn near impossible at this point. And buying it on eBay is so expensive, I just haven't done it. But eventually I would love to start collecting Laserdisc, because when you get into like audio things, Laserdisc tends to have some of the best releases you can find on many movies. Alien being one of those from what I hear. Star Wars is another one that has really great audio on their releases. But anyway, this is what would be on the back. So the person who had this before me kept great shape with all of this. And so I was able to scan the barcode and add it to my app. So that's everything that's supposed to be included. And then you have this here as well, which is just a letter from George Lucas, which is really cool. And then the Laserdisc edition has the full book, hardcover book included, but the VHS, you get this with it, which is an excerpt from the Star Wars trilogy, or I'm sorry, the Creative Impulse, written by George Lucas. So this is just an excerpt from that book, but I mean, that's still cool either way. And you get full pictures in this as well. So that's awesome. It's just so cool. It's just an awesome set. Like, I geeked out so hard when I first went through this. I think it's really cool. Like, just amazing. So yeah, even though it's not quite as cool as the oh my god, I keep saying laser. The Laserdisc edition, I think this is a really cool release regardless. So yeah, very happy to have this in the collection as I hold up this final box again. So yeah, I thought this was just an awesome get from eBay. Really good price, kept in immaculate shape, all things considered. Very happy to have this one in the collection. This is Star Wars Trilogy, the Special Edition Letterboxed Collectors... Wait, no. The Special Letterboxed Collectors Edition. There it is. All right, so eBay has been good to me this year. It has been a lot of fun. I've been doing my own reselling on eBay as well. So, you know, a lot of that just is funded right back into the collection to pick up things like this. Like I said, I do have another video planned in the coming weeks here. I'm waiting for a couple more things to arrive from eBay, and I will have everything so far that I've purchased this year in. But yeah, very cool finds from eBay. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What did you think of everything I shared with you guys today? Do you have this amazing letterboxed edition of the Star Wars trilogy on VHS? Probably not, because why would you? I have them on 4K. I just watched episode 7 again yesterday in prep for one of my blind spots that I have to get through this month. So yeah, very excited to get back to that Star Wars franchise. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this and anything else down in the comments below. Check out all of the channels that I'm linked in the description box. They are absolutely worth your time if you like what I do here. So thank you guys so much for checking this video out. I really do appreciate it. Before you go, if you could hit that like button, that engagement really does help me out. But with that said, thanks again for watching, and I want to encourage you all to consume some media today. I will catch you next time.